And I introduce our MC for the day, Pierre Charmasson.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. How's everybody doing this morning? Great. Good? Well, your company chose this particular theme, the art of reinvention, because they felt it exemplifies where you are as a company. So we have brought together over a dozen forward-thinking external folks for you to experience today. And you are going to have a great time with these folks. As she mentioned, there's going to be a lot of fun, a lot of music, and a lot of interesting things going on. So please, soak it all in. I'm very honored to be here on the campus of USD. As my friend right here, I'm going to single her out because she's the only one I know in the audience. My good friend Allie will tell you that I played rugby here on this ground right here. So if you kick up the dirt, the outside, you might find a tooth or some blood. So don't mind that. But it's a beautiful facility. I hope you enjoy the day. I would like to start off by bringing out that young lady who was playing the harp for you. Would you please welcome back Elizabeth Geberding? That's a great way to kick off the morning, isn't it? All right, well, next we have two gentlemen who are going to come out and inspire you. I'm honored to introduce our first two speakers, Dr. Albert Lin and Luke Barrington. They're two explorers with fascinating backgrounds in the show, their experience and their life highlights with you. Both of them not only studied, but got their PhDs right here at UCSD, just up the road. And they've made significant strides in their field. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome our first TEDx Intuit guest speakers for the day, Dr. Albert Lin and Luke Barrington.
That was pretty awesome. I need one of those harps to intro me everywhere I go now. I want that to when I wake up in the morning, I want a harp to be playing as I come out of my room.
I want a mariachi band.
Yeah.
Wow. Gives new meaning. Do you think you're smarter than a fifth grader, right? All right, we're going to kind of change gears now. We're going to move into a little bit of a different theme mode, and we're basically calling this Innovate for Impact. So to help us out with that, we now bring you out a scientist, a futurist, an inventor, and a New York best-selling author. His name is David Brin. David holds degrees from Caltech and UCSD and currently serves on an advisory panel ranging from astronomy, NASA, innovative concepts, nanotech, to national defense and technology ethics. Here to speak to you on the subject of the coming age of amateurs. Ladies and gentlemen, David Brin. So, are you enjoying the panelists so far? Yeah? Well, wait till you see what comes up next. This guy has probably got the coolest job in America. He's the director of marketing and PR for Comic-Con. You know, it's the largest, comic book and art event of its kind in the entire world. He's also very passionate about film and politics, which kind of makes strange bedfellows, but we won't hold that against him. Ladies and gentlemen, Mr. David Glasner.
Thank you very much.
David Glasner. All right. Are you ready to rock? Yeah. Are you ready to rock? Yeah. Well, this lady is, and she has ever since the year 2000, when she founded Daisy Rock Girl Guitars, a company that empowers girls to pick up a guitar or a bass and absolutely rock on. With instructional books, DVDs, CDs, as well as over 175,000 guitars sold to date, this skinny, hot, she paid me to say that, mother of two is ready to share her story. Ladies and gentlemen, Tish Ciravello. All right, now every once in a while in life, you are going to get a chance to meet somebody, and somebody really significant. And I met this gentleman last night at our pre-event social, and today you're going to meet him. He is literally, ladies and gentlemen, the grandfather of the pager. He is the father of your cell phone. This man, since the 1950s, has been involved with telephony or that whole technology. He is the man. You are going to meet him right now. And I'm very honored to bring him to the stage. He is also a very award-winning gentleman. Right here it says he's a National Academy of Engineering, a Prince of Asturias laureate, an IEEE Centennial Medal awardee, and he's received numerous Lifetime Achievement Awards. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome to the stage the incomparable, the illustrious Marty Cooper. Stylish.
Thanks, Pierre. That was a really nice introduction. Illustrious.
We'll stay and answer some questions. Can we do a little Q&A?
Oh, yeah, I love it.
I just can't let this guy go. We have a few minutes. We're running ahead, so please, this is time to connect. Does anybody have a question for Marty? Oh, first question. What's the third revolution? That's the question.
I forgot which two I talked about.
We've all seen that commercial for, what is it, Dos Equis, the most interesting man in the world. Thank you, Marty. Thank you. All right, ladies and gentlemen, that wraps up the speaker portion. We still have a great little surprise for you at the end. I would like to recap all the speakers and hold your applause. Again, Dr. Albert Lynn and Luke Barrington, Dr. Stephen Mayfield, David Brin, David Glasner, Tish Cervello, Barbara Bree, Pete Garcia, Chip Mosier, Neil Centuria, Marty Cooper, we won't forget him, Jake Wood, and Kristen Chase. Give them all another round of applause. So we're going to take a very short break. Now, you can stay. You just can't stay here because we're going to be setting up a little finale for you. So if we ask you to head on out, but when we ask you to come back in, it's going to be a very short break. Please come in. You do not want to miss the finale. Break. Wow. That's really turning a negative into a positive, isn't it? And speaking of, I was backstage during lunch talking to our next speaker. She's a game player. I got to let you know. She's really into playing games. But I asked her, I said, well, I'm not a gamer. I'm not a video game person. So how would you talk to a non-gamer? And she said, simple. I want to take gaming and turn it not into a distraction, but into engagement. So please welcome Nicole Lazaro as she helps us along that path.
Hi, wonderful. Thank you for that wonderful introduction, Pierre. I'm Nicole Lazaro, and I am a game designer. All right, game on.
Our next speaker is all about restoration. So if you think about restoration, you know, if it's done right, what does it do? It breathes life back into something that was once maybe magnificent. So this gentleman, he started a company called LWP Group to do just that. Responsible preservation, restoration, intelligent architecture and design. It's all the components that's made up his success. Please welcome our next presenter, Greg Strangman.
Thank you. I asked Pierre to stay out here for a second. One of the things that we do that's part of our corporate culture within our company is we're really into high fives. So I want everyone to lean one way or another to your neighbor and a real quick high five. Get all the food coma out of everybody.
All right, we're going to take a short 25-minute break, and we're going to send you out to the Garden of the Sky. So what we want you to do is, once again, open your minds, open your, well, I was going to say pocketbooks, but this is all free, right? We have a surprise out there for you, and for those of you that are waiting to hear our Stone Brewery speaker, you might have a little surprise out there on top of that surprise. So enjoy your break. And for those of you that are watching via our web, you missed that whole sequence inside the hall here. First of all, we drank beer and then we threw balls at each other. So, all right. So, how'd you like the beer? Yeah. Well, here to speak to you a little bit more about it and where it all came from, we've brought in Greg Cook. He's the CEO and co-founder of Stone Brewing. And guess what? He was a wannabe guitar player. He actually went to music school in Hollywood, and then he found beer. Shocker. Please welcome Greg Cook.
Artisanal entrepreneur. Can I get a thunderous hallelujah? All right. Thank you very much.
You didn't even leave me a beer. Thanks. Never trust a skinny beer guy. It's like, way too skinny. Which kind of leads me into our next speaker. You've heard that, never trust a skinny chef. Well, our next speaker. Has anybody ever eaten at Urban Solace? And also has Solace in the Moonlight Lounge up there in Encinitas. Yeah, well, we've brought the executive chef for you to tell you his story. It's pretty simple. Keep it free of artificial ingredients, make it sustainable, and dang it, it better be delicious. Vamp. Oh. Silly putty. All right, I'll tell a few jokes. No. Kara's like, no, you won't. Anyway, so it's got to be sustainable. It's got to be stretched out. The story really came about because he started having kids. Don't we all change when we have kids? So he's like, I'm not feeding my kid anything that's got artificial flavors or any of the ink or dye or any of that stuff. And he's a chef, so he grows his own stuff, makes sure it's sustainable, makes sure it's really good tasting, right? Wouldn't you? If you could? Yeah, well, he's a chef. He can do that kind of stuff. So we're going to bring up a guy who is, I wrote this so cleverly. He'll tell us how it's done. No. Well done. A rare individual. Please welcome Chef Matt Gordon from Urban Solace.
Thank you. Hello, everybody.
All right, so for those of you that are watching via the webcast, we want to thank you. We hope you go back to your office, go back to your homes, and rethink, reimagine, redesign. For the rest of you, we have a lovely little parting gift. It looks a little strange, but it's actually a little seed paper. So you'll get this when you go out. We want you to take that seed paper, plant it so that your ideas grow. And we'll see you next year at TEDx Intuit. Up next, this is a really special treat. This young lady is by far the youngest TEDx speaker that we've had. She is only the second of her age, 10 years old, a fifth grader from San Diego, California. Now, this young lady has accomplished a lot in a very short time. She is a 4-time winner in her category in Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. Also a 4-time Grappling X gold medalist. That's a lot for a little package. Please welcome the incredible Layla Jade Valencia. Oh my. Look at that. I want to share with you a little story. We meet the night before, and I get a chance to speak to most of the presenters here today. And I had a chance to talk to Layla for just a few minutes. And I asked her an important question. I said, first and foremost, is it work or is it fun?
It's fun.
Still fun, isn't it? And then I asked her the most important question. I said, what was the fastest time you ever beat somebody? And you said?
6 seconds.
And that was a boy, wasn't it?
Yes.
And what did the boy do?
He just cried.
He cried. Ladies and gentlemen, another big hand for Layla. All right, we're going to take a little break, let you do what you got to do. We do have a lost and found notice, though. Someone has lost their comb and their cell phone. So if anybody found a comb and a cell phone, I don't know if they're stuck together or they're a multitasking device, but if you did, bring it down front. Otherwise, enjoy your break, and we'll see you in just a little while.
Me and my arrow, straighter than narrow.
You guys remember this? I went back to the green room to see if our next performer was ready, and I caught her and her sister throwing this around the green room singing, "I Wish I Could Fly." You didn't see the humor in that, did you? All right. As I told you at the beginning, this is the bookend of the show. This is going to be spectacular, and you can bank on a good time. This is the sister of the young lady that started off this morning. Her name is Adriana Svitak, and she's going to do a multi-performance. You're going to start on piano, I believe. Then she'll talk to you a little bit and then finish up on violin. Please welcome Adriana Svitak. We've known each other a lot of years, and she's invited me up here to be part of this with you. Kara? Thank you, my love.
Good job.